Sure. I mean, there was one young man who was diagnosed with Crohn's at 9 years old.
Mm.
So, big time problem. And uh, I met him when he was 27.
Mm.
And, so in and out of hospitals his whole life. When I met him, he's 5'7", weighed 78 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So severe. I mean, really
Yes.
on the borderline of life and death a lot.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Crohn's disease is considered to be incurable.
Yeah. And so, basically he'd tried a bunch of things, but what he'd been working on was always, you go to the hospital and they, either inject him with nutrition or force feed him basically. Right. And just stuff him full of calories.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, Ayurvedically speaking, that is not a good approach because the Agni, the digestive power, cannot handle that, cannot digest that properly. And so you're going to continue the cycle of inflammation in the gut because the body can't tolerate that. So one of the first things I told him, I said, okay, we're going to feed you only what you can digest. We're going to start with gruel, basically, which is rice and water for the most part. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, so that was scary for him and his family, because it's like, wait, that's not enough calories and, the whole thing and on and on. It's like, yeah. Okay. So we got over that and put him on some specialized herbs and started. So this guy at first, because a disease that severe rarely comes without a mental component.
Oh, totally.
So we started exploring that, right? Big time. So I talked to him 3 times a day for the first 3 months because he needed the stability. He needed someone to talk to, right?
Mm-hmm.
He needed to feel supported. He needed all that, right? And he needed, when he was scared, because he was so scared, as I would be too if I were in his position, right? He needed someone that he could talk to, and he didn't have anyone like that in his life, right? So we talked 3 times a day at first. That goes on for months, but slowly and surely he starts putting on weight. And very slow. And, there are setbacks, right? Like he goes down and up and down and up. And, it's the whole thing and it goes on. And, every time there's a change, he's very nervous. But long story short, a year goes by and we've shifted his protocol many times, but a year goes by and he's 117 pounds and he's moving around really great and he's continuing all his stuff and he's back in college and, he's overall a way more resilient person, right?